going on, then I don't mean the caps like I'm wearing on my head right now, which Purple Sectors merch, you can get it. Links below in the website. Also, don't forget Butterfly Racing. Check those out. Proceeds from those shirts go to supporting the baby's race journey. But let's talk about this cap. Lando Norris and this situation that is now being spun. It started being spun in the post conference with the drivers. Okay. We all heard the radio messages. We all heard them. Okay. And I heard Lando plenty. And what I'm going to tell you right now, if you believe that Lando was seriously considering, or no, not considering, because I'm going to go based on what he said. He said what he was going to do. If you believe that Lando Norris had already decided that he was going to give Oscar Piastri the position back, then I have about 3 acres on the planet Mars that I would like to sell you for $3 million. Contact me. You don't need an agent. Just call me up. I got about 3 acres on Mars that I want to sell you for about $3 million if you believe that Lando Norris was going to authentically give that position to Oscar Piastri without little to no contest, which you didn't see. What's up, Maria Duncan? Good day to you. Good day to you. And I'm going to tell you why I believe he wasn't. I'm going to tell you why I know he's capping. And I'm going to show you actions that even after the fact should tell you by somebody's body language and their actions of how they still feel and what they knew inside they did not want to do. Okay? But if that's not enough, let me say this. For somebody who was going to give the position back to his teammate, which he did not earn on merit. I'm saying that right now. Right now, we're compartmentalizing inside of one team. We are talking about McLaren as a team, and we're talking about that solely because I'm going to get to some of the things that I've heard being thrown my way as a debate and something said to try to give Lando the right of way to why he should have still took that win. He did not earn that position on merit. We all should know this, but some of you don't. But I'm going to tell you this. Lando Norris took roughly 20 laps and 10 radio messages before he conceded and gave the position back to his teammate, Oscar Piastri. Does that sound like somebody who was going to do something on their own because it was the right thing to do? No. No, it doesn't. Not at all. What that sounds like is somebody who was going to do what they were already doing, which means they were going to keep that position and they were going to ride out with it if they were not contested. Had it not been for the engineer coming over the radio several times, 10 times, 10 radio messages on Lando giving the position back to Oscar, 10 plus if you find another one. 20 whole laps of Lando contesting, making excuses, giving scenarios on why he should be able to keep the position. How does this sound correct for Lando to go into a post-press conference and say, yeah, I was going to give the position back anyway. I was going to give it back to him, because I didn't earn it. It wasn't my win to be had. So why did you wait so long, Lando? Why did you wait so long? I'm going to tell y'all right now. I got another live coming. I'm going to show you how petty Lando Norris is. I'm going to show you how afflicted Lando Norris is. But we're going to keep it right here because this is afflicted enough. So let me say this. Okay, let me say this. First, I've heard this several times. Well, if Oscar was the faster driver, why didn't he catch Lando? He was on the better tires. Lando put 6 seconds on him. And so what? 6 seconds while in clean air, beating on the undercut? 6 seconds? Is that what you're trying to give me to justify that Lando should have kept the position and got his second race win after 100 and some odd involvements in Grand Prix? Is that what you? Okay. Well, I got to ask you something. Did you only start watching the race at 48 laps, or did you watch the race before that? Because it's like 50-something laps that took place before Lando got 5 to 6 second gap on Oscar Piastri. I'm just going to show you something. I'm going to just show you something, and you just tell me if I'm tripping or am I for real on what I'm saying. I'm going to show you something. Here it is, okay? Now, I'm going to show you this. Don't be mad when I show you the truth. Don't be mad. Here is the gap that so many people are talking about. Lando showed he was the fastest driver for 20 laps out of 50 laps when this situation took place. There is your 6 second gap. But like I said, I have to ask you, did you only start watching the race at 49, 50 laps, or did you watch the race from formation to lights out to the first turn? Because I'm going to tell you right now, Lando Norris got his ass beat off the giddy up. Oscar Piastri beat him off the line, beat him through a 3-wide formed up corner to claim first place, just to start with. But if that's not enough, and you still think your 6 second gap that Lando had after so many damn laps of 50+ laps, after beating Oscar on a botched Mclaren pit stop, might I add, they botched that up. If that 6 seconds is still meaning something to you, I got something 3 times better than that for you. How about this? How about this? You tell me what you think about this. How about Oscar Piastri putting 18 seconds on his partner? How about that? So if that 6 seconds means something to you, how about Oscar Piastri having 18 seconds of a gap that he done put on his teammate Lando Norris for over 50-something laps? Over the course of 50 laps. So you want me to take your 6 seconds, and that's why Lando deserved to have the race win at the end after a botched pit stop, but you don't want to take Oscar beating him off the start and Oscar putting 18 seconds on his ass throughout majority course of this race. Am I hearing you right? Or did you forget that Oscar did that? Maybe you forgot that Oscar did that. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you forgot that Oscar put that gap in on Lando Norris like Lewis did on Max Verstappen in Abu Dhabi. Maybe that's what it is. It gotta be. I'm gonna let you see it again. 18 seconds. That 1+ seconds is the gap between he and Sainz. That 18 seconds is the gap to the leader. That's 18 seconds. While you sitting up here trying to throw a measly 6 seconds in Oscar's face to say, after doing all that work in the GP, Lando beat you out by 6 seconds after a botched pit stop that your team messed up, and you shouldn't have the race win. You know, Lando said something very true, but he said it in a lying, deceiving, sarcastic fashion. I didn't deserve the race win. You damn right you didn't deserve the race win. You damn right you didn't deserve the race win. Oscar Piastri deserved it. He beat you off the start. He beat you majority of the race, just like he did everybody else. And then you got to, listen, Lando Norris wants you to believe that he was going to do the right thing after 20+ laps and 10+ radio messages, while sitting in a post-press conference saying to himself and you all that it wasn't my race to be had. But while in the car, Lando made several protests that I was going to beat him on the undercut anyway. Is that not a protest for you to keep the position? I mean, no return to the radio message? Was that not? Tell him to catch up and I'll give it to him? No, let me tell you what was going on. Lando Norris was doing whatever he could, buying time, hoping that either the team would say, you know what, keep it, or what's even worse, something would happen to Oscar and he would get caught in such a fashion that it wouldn't make sense for him to slow down. Lando Norris was doing anything besides having real integrity and character to give that position back. But you want to know what's funny? So many of y'all are coming to the defense of Lando Norris, but y'all try to discredit Lewis Hamilton when he didn't need none of that. Lewis Hamilton didn't need anybody to do that. Lewis Hamilton cordially, respectfully handed over a race win with a bigger gap between he and his racing partner Valtteri without all the shenanigans. He did it off GP. Lewis Hamilton did it because he said that's what he was going to do, and he made it happen without all that instruction. But you know what? So many of y'all dump on Lewis Hamilton like he not that guy. Y'all try to dump on him like he not that guy. But what is constantly being showed to you is very few drivers have the character, the integrity, the heart, the mind, the skill, the ability, the care that Lewis Hamilton has. And that's why he's the motherfucking GOAT. That's why he's the GOAT. And Lando acts as if he acts like a petulant child. Just gonna say it. Lando act like a child, man. He act like a child. The things that he does, and I'm finna show you something else. Let me show you something via body language that should tell you how Lando still felt, because guess what? What did Lando tell y'all in the press conference? He said that his teammate deserved the race win and he honestly beat him, right? That's what he said. He said he was going to give him the position back anyway. That's what he said. So I'm going to show you something. Then you tell me, do the actions of Lando Norris say, I am genuinely happy for my teammate to get his first maiden race win after probably under 40 GPs? Wallace, it took me 100 plus GPs to get one. I'm just going to show you something because I like to watch body language. I like to watch body language and look at the actions of people to try to determine where they stand, where I stand, and if you're somebody I want to deal with. I'm just going to show you something. Just watch it. It's a small clip. It ain't a lot. Just check it out. Look at Lando. And what did you see? What did you see? I'm gonna show it to you again. Look at Lando, bottle popping, right? Is that not Oscar Piastri on the top step in between Lando and Lewis? Now, if you are truly, truly excited for your teammate, what you do is you celebrate with your teammate and his first maiden win first. Watch what Lando does. Walks right past Oscar Piastri, no champagne spray at all, and leaves his teammate on the top step. Why does he do this? Because he is not genuinely happy for his teammate. Lando Norris is showing you that he was not going to give that position back. He did not want to give that position back. And had he not met so much contest and then been given an ultimatum that you are going to lose the support of your team, your driver who is up and coming, a star, and you are going to leave your ass out in the wind one day and we ain't going to put a blanket to cover you up. That's when he thought about it. That's when he did it. Nah. I ain't letting you get off like that, Lando. I ain't letting you get off like that, bro. Now, I ain't going to let you sit up here and fool these people after the fact. After the fact, like I said, 20 laps and 10 plus radio messages to get you to do what needed to be done. And for all you people out there talking about Lando deserved it, he shouldn't have given it up, I'm going to tell you something right now. You are undoubtedly wrong. And if you throw that damn 6 seconds up in my face one more again, I'm going to show you this, and then I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you your 6 seconds, and then I'm going to show you the 18 seconds that Piastri had on Lando. 3 times the damn distance. I just say it like it is. I'm just telling you like it is. And I'm going to tell you right now, Lando has really never been a guy when sitting next to somebody who is also believing they're the guy to really come off like he's the one, like he's the alpha. Carlos Sainz at Mercedes, remember when he pulled the chair out from underneath Lando? You don't do that to a guy that you look at as the alpha. You don't play with a guy like that if you really think he that guy. You don't pull the chair out underneath the guy during an interview. You just don't do it. It's just not something you do if you respect him as the guy. You definitely not going to do nothing to embarrass him in public view like Carlos did. Come on, man. Listen, I'm going to also say this. McLaren, whatever you want to be called, capital M, capital L, whatever. How do you keep finding yourself while holding the world record for the most efficient, fastest pit stop? How do you keep fumbling this up in a season where you are literally the best contestant to Red Bull? We have watched you race after race after race botch up pit stop strategies like you the new age Mercedes. We watching you do pit stop strategies like you Ferrari Sadies. I'm taking Ferrari, Mercedes name, putting them together. That's you right now, Ferrari Sadies. Where in the world do you get off compromising your race leader driver with a pit stop strategy that compromises his first race win by then having to go back out and say to yourself, we got to coax Lando on doing this because we done really screwed up. You done really screwed up. Where is Verstappen? What are we doing? Verstappen still got to pit 25 laps while Oscar is already 29 laps deep on hard tires. You pit Oscar first. You pit him first. This is crazy talk. I cannot understand why you have not learned your lesson. This is like the fourth or fifth race we've watched you compromise your drivers due to bad pit stop strategies. You don't get off either, McLaren. I appreciate the hat. I appreciate the hat and the autograph by Lando and Danny Rick, who is damn near underperforming by Yuki right now, which I'm going to point out. But damn it, I appreciate the opportunity I had when I came out there to Dakota, met Zach, did all that, met Lando, met Danny Rick, chilled out with. I appreciate that, but guess what? That don't buy you no, let me get under the radar and you bullshit and lie for us or, don't expose. No, that gets you a first row ticket to I got to hold you accountable. And McLaren, you screwing up. You are screwing up in ways where I think you are better than that. Y'all need to get it together. It's okay to let your drivers race. It's okay to let your drivers compete. I'm not saying you shouldn't. But when it comes to these pit stop strategies, y'all have just been one-upping yourself on, let's see how bad we can screw up in a race and see if we can recover. It's going to come a time where you're not going to be able to recover. Red Bull might not make these mistakes. Red Bull might be having a circuit come up where they might be performing pretty damn good, and you're going to botch up another pit stop and you're not going to recover. Mercedes' next update might be something to be dealt with, and then you're not going to be able to recover. Ferrari, for some reason, if the sun shines on the dog's ass, might have something in the pocket, and you're going to have a tough time recovering. Fix the problem. And it's very simple. Very simple. Look at track position. Look at other teams' position. Estimate your undercut. See who's in the lead. Hit your drivers. I'm not understanding how most people, probably in my live stream, can sit at home. I know, armchair quarterback, armchair team principal, and call a better strategy than you. People who get paid thousands of thousands, if not close to millions or $500,000 or $250,000 in the most elite sport in the world as far as motorsports, and make decisions this bad. That's not a good look. Not at all. Not at all. I mean, you're getting paid a lot of money to know these simple things, and it seems like you already cost Lando a race win, I believe, on pit stop botching. You literally screwed Oscar Piastri in the last race, not double stacking and leaving him out. Y'all keep overextending, and you're making bad calls in some simple situations where these calls should be pretty Pretty clear cut for professionals such as yourself. Maybe not me, but pretty clear cut for professionals such as yourself. Okay? So I'm going to say that there's nothing wrong with Lando feeling the urge to grab a race win at the bottom port of this race. I'm not going to say Lando's wrong for feeling like that as a driver, that I have another race win in front of me and I can just go get it. That is completely understandable. That is completely fair for Lando to feel that way. But what's not okay is for Lando to then take action to take something so cheaply and rob your teammate who has given in and conceded to team orders on your behalf and who beat your ass majority of this race. And the only reason that you out front is because the team botched the pit stop. That's not okay. And you feeling like you should have the race win is not an excuse to take those actions of low integrity and character. That's not okay. For it to take 20 laps, 10 radio messages to finally get you to do the right thing is not okay. And if I was Oscar Piastri, I'd be looking at your ass with a whole nother different view. I'd be like, oh yeah, I can't really trust that dude. I can't trust that dude. I'm telling you right now, it's something when people do something for you only when something hangs in the balance for them, and when people do something for you just because, and you know what, I got you. Or when people do something for you and it's an inconvenience for them, but they do it as it's not an inconvenience. They say, I got you. There's a difference in those two different type of people. Lando Norris just proved he's the latter. He's the person that is going to do something for you as long as nothing hangs in the balance for him, or his back's up against the wall and he know he might be compromising his position later and he might need you. Okay, so I'm going to finally do this. No. Oscar, take note. Take note. And I want y'all all to take note of something else. You do realize that Oscar Piastri is starting to build a nice body of work. I'm going to leave it at that. Oscar Piastri is starting to build a nice body of work ever since the whole Alpine McLaren child custody saga. When Toto Wolff and other team principals came out and said he's not worth the trouble. They came out and said Oscar Piastri is not worth the trouble. He should not win in the CRB board. He should not be able to do what he's doing. They all said this. He ain't even had one day in Formula One. How the hell y'all worried about him this way? Oscar Piastri done told y'all by action and results alone to shut the hell up. Unlike Max Verstappen telling y'all to F off because he in his feelings and his emotions about all the crap that he got going on and the BS he been doing, Oscar Piastri has proven to us all, he should have been proven to us all, that, yo, he a dog. That's my dog. He a dog. Oscar Piastri is a dog. For real. He's doing quite well for himself right now, establishing a good body of work. I ain't saying he's going to be great. I'm not even saying he's going to be a world champion. What I am saying is he had a good rookie year, and he's having an even better sophomore year where he could be having a slump, and he is not. What I also am saying is he's looking pretty nicely matched up to his teammate. So I don't know what else to say, but Lando, bro, you need to work on I got a shirt, Lando, I got a shirt. You can go below in the section right here. It's in the links. I got a shirt, Wolfpack shirt. It's called Pole into Podium. I need you to go work on your pole into podium. I need you to go work on getting pole position and then keeping the shit for more than 5 laps. That's what I need you to do. Because I believe more often than not, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think we've seen Lando have pole position and give it up like free eggs in a basket and he ain't even caring if they break. I need you to go work on your game. I need you to go get a game, go get some type of equipment, lights out, look at it, and let go of the button and take off. I need you to work on that because I'm telling you right now, Lando, your starting looks like mine did in the game when we had a grudge race. It wasn't very good for me. I wrecked up the car. Now, you ain't wrecking, but you ain't coming off the line good. And I'm not just talking about in this race. I'm talking about in several other races. Ain't a good look, bro. It's not a good look. So, hey, that's what I got to say. And I'm going to leave it at that. But, yeah, y'all really need to chill on talking about Lando shouldn't have gave up the position. Y'all need to chill talking about Lando in 6 seconds a gap, and he earned the race win after a botched pit stop. Y'all need to chill on that. Y'all really need to. People who are using those variables to try to, or those articles of evidence to try to bolster your case that Lando had every right to the race win, y'all really need to sit back and think about that. Just think about that. He only got the position off a botched pit stop in his team. He was getting gapped by 18 plus seconds, and he only had 6-second gap on Oscar while in clean air. And Oscar, I'm just saying, come on now. Can we stop this? Can we just stop this? Stop the capping. I mean, if you really want to cap that hard, just get you a purple sectors hat and capping style. Capping style. MIA. Last winner of our grudge race, McLaren overtook Ferrari as the new egghead team. Man, bro. Oh my gosh. Do we gotta talk about that right now? That is true. Ferrari is not looking good. I mean, they're not looking the worst, but they ain't looking good. I mean, let's look at this real quick. Let me see something. We could briefly say something about this. Just briefly. I do mean briefly. Here we go right here. Ferrari finishing 4th. Man, finishing 4th and 6th. Ferrari, to me, I've lost a bit of confidence in what is going on. And I just saw something. It caught my eye because I saw the word integrity. Maria Duncan is absolutely correct. She says, Jay, some folks just lack integrity. And MIA, you are absolutely correct on Ferrari. Just absolutely correct. It's a damn shame. I just got to say it. So, we're going to see what happens. But like I said, right now, McLaren is acting like Ferrari Sadies. And Ferrari have botched up strategies and pit stops, and Mercedes had botched up pit stops plenty on Lewis Hamilton and even George Russell and shit. It just so happens that a lot of this, it all matters. It's all sensitive. It's all competitive, but McLaren is just totally screwing drivers over who legitimately on pace could win these races and putting their drivers in positions like this, and it shouldn't be. Sometimes you got to manage the manager, and this is a situation where McLaren did a bad job managing their managers, and Lando was doing a bad job on integrity and character. And I don't care what nobody says. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't give a shit about what you're saying, because if you've never been in that position, then you really are far removed from even thinking about the consequences and how you feel inside. And it also depends on what kind of person you are. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if I was Lando and I was in that position, it wouldn't have took me 10 radio messages and 20 laps. It wouldn't. I'm already knowing, like, yo, bring the bro on up. Like, I got it. We got plenty of gap. I got it. It's not gonna be all that. My bro been spanking me for damn near 50-something laps. I know y'all screwed up. Like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You ain't gonna have to take 20 laps and 10 messages to get me to understand that in that situation. It's another thing if pit stop strategy was right. We came in, I came out, I beat the undercut, the race pacement. That's a whole, but in that situation, no, you're not gonna have to tell me 10 times in 20 laps for me to go ahead and do my bro right. I'm gonna get him right. You ain't even I'm probably gonna come over the radio and tell you to, tell Oscar to pull up. I got you. Pull up. See, but some of y'all get that. y'all just, oh yeah, just take it. Okay. All right. Go ahead. Go ahead. Because I'm pretty sure, like the guy said, you're going to need Oscar and you're going to need this team. And that's the truth. Because a lot of times Lando Norris can't even make good decisions on his own. Have y'all not noticed that? Lando Norris tries to go into a situation as if he is so strong on it and make a decision, and then he's on the radio like, oh no, I don't know, never mind, y'all help me out. Yeah, bro, you do that a little much. You do that a little much. So it's I'm just gonna leave it at that. You know, we'll talk again. We're gonna be back because I got some other things I want to talk about, and Lando Norris is included in that. I will say that Lando Norris is included in that. Max Verstappen's included in that, and I'm gonna show y'all a couple of other things that show people's integrity and character. I'm gonna show y'all some things. So we're gonna talk about that another time. So big shout out. Check out the other video from earlier where we talked about that whole situation, Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton and the FIA on how they just do what they do, which is shenanigans. Y'all check that out. Big shout out to everybody to support the channel. Big shout out to all my family members in the chat. Maria Duncan. Big shout out to Dave. Big shout out to Marciano. Big shout out to who else we got in here. Hey, Delaney, big shout out to you. Who else we got in here that's in the chat that's a family member? Y'all pulling up. Big shout out to, yep, that's it. Big shout out to all my family members. You see them in the chat with the badges and the green names lit up. Those are Wolfpack fam, official Wolfpack fam. And the ones with the purple and blue badges, they've been down for a long time. I see Dave Green, bro. Congratulations on your green badge, brother, man. So yeah, long-time supporters of the channel, long-time family members. Like Maria Duncan and I was saying, and the family we're talking about on the Discord, is straight up, might not be the biggest, but we got the most quality, integrity, and character in the Wolfpack family and the platform than any other Formula One content platform on YouTube and damn near any other platform on YouTube, period, hands down. Hands down. I'm just going to say that. Quality over quantity. So I'll leave it at that. That's a good way to lead this off because Lando, you need to get some of that, bro. Get a little quality and integrity. I heard they got some on sale on Sam's Club, or you can go on Amazon. I know Prime Day pass, but you can go on Amazon and get you some quality and integrity, and it'll be there overnight. All right, Wolfpack out. Peace.